start my talk with an image. You see, images, when looked at, give us different. I'll need the clicker, I believe. Is there? When we look at an image, each one of us will see something different. This is art, and in case you missed it, one thing this makes me think of is a traffic jam on Sheikh Zayed Road if you're caught out going the wrong way at the wrong time. But this also represents, if you work in media, for example, the audience. Everybody out there. In business, you could call them consumers. At the end of the day, everybody here is a consumer, and there's a mass of people out there that we're trying to approach with our message, with our product, with whatever it is we're trying to sell. This image also, I saw something quite similar to when I went to the Trade Center here in Dubai. A sea of black and white, abayas and kandoras. There was an event called ThinkScience.ae, and there were thousands of young Emiratis. These young Emiratis were there to showcase their innovations. They were still to go to university, and they were out there to win a prize for whatever innovation they came up with. One of the stands, which caught our attention, was a stand where there were 3 young girls trying to create a biofuel. They were trying to create a biofuel out of ethanol. Now, my partner, my friend who was with me, the first thing he thought is, where did they get their hands on ethanol, being here in the UAE? But what was more important is the fact that they were trying to showcase this using an experiment. They wanted to show that they knew where the future of energy was. What I really liked was one of the girls, Khadija, very proudly said, the thing is, this experiment this time, it doesn't work. We failed to make it work, but the theory is correct, and we're going to try again, and next time when you come, it will definitely work. I love that. The fact is, she owned her failure and believed that trying again was how she was going to succeed. This man, James, he created a prototype for something new and went around companies trying to sell it. Didn't do it 100 times or 1,000. 5,126 prototypes led to James Dyson's vacuum cleaner, the most popular in the UK and Australia by far. I wouldn't blame you if you haven't heard of Audio. Audio was a music streaming service back in the early 2000s. It was created by Noah Glass and Evan Williams. But a third guy joined them. And they were trying to make this business succeed, but he suggested that they look at something different, a side project that he'd been working on. That guy was Jack Dorsey, that product was Twitter, and it was an audio thingy at the beginning. I think you already know which one of these business ideas won. How many of you in your own companies would listen to somebody young with a side project and let that be your focus for a while? It's just a question to ask yourselves. This is a friend of mine, Aaron Kader. Aaron Kader is a stand-up comedian. He has a joke which I love. He says it here in the Middle East. He says, how many times have you heard an Arab manager say, I don't want to talk, I just want to listen? Or better yet, I don't want to share my opinion, give me your opinion. You see, I was lucky enough to work at a place where the CEO, a Frenchman who had just joined, asked us, I want your new ideas. That's a very bad French accent, thank you. And I was lucky enough to give him an idea for programming and content, which was to do with stand-up comedy, something that wasn't done in the Middle East. What it led to was my friend Aaron, there in the middle, was part of the Axis of Evil. We took them on a tour. It went from a small idea to having 17,000 people see them in under 30 nights. 3 or 4 of us in a TV company became event managers as well. The plan and the goal wasn't just this tour. It was to actually own the stand-up comedy space. We went out to universities. We saw some young people almost get expelled by saying the wrong jokes on stage. And we wanted to take these and use them on TV. We wanted to own the ecosystem. Did it work? Absolutely not. You see, what we didn't think of was this minor little thing, a website called YouTube. It was 2007, and we didn't give it any notice. 2010, you had superstars creating content from their house. Saudi, Jordan, Egypt, they didn't need us. We were actually blindsided. They also had a way to market. These are real posters from events that They would market on Facebook, film on YouTube, and put out. Bahrain, Jordan, UAE. We were the middleman, and what they succeeded in doing is they basically cut out the middleman. You're meant to ask yourselves, are you the middleman in this equation? You shouldn't be afraid. You should just be asking the right questions. You see, I don't work in media. I work in technology. I say this because media now can be produced at home. This is a real image. There are thousands of young ladies showing people how to do makeup, and they make millions of dollars on YouTube. The technology is getting smaller. It can actually fit in your pocket. But here's the thing. They are trying. They're not fearing what they can do. The one thing as a company you want to do is hack life. I describe myself as a life hacker, just like Tariq. He's a friend of mine before. You're looking at ways people will get to what they want. Egypt, a great example. The man will not be kept away from what he wants and what he wants right now. So in reality, there are steps. There are steps to harness what this technology is doing. You have a media center in your pocket now. You need to take the right steps in order to actually get it to work for you. The first step is you need to listen. You see, if people are telling you what they want, if a motorbike made for 2 people can fit 4, you need to actually be listening to what the market is asking. I love Egypt, again. Go there if you need inspiration for anything. The second step is plan. British Airways created a Twitter account for their customer service that operated between 9 and 5. Big fail in the wrong way. They didn't think that it was a 24-hour, 7 days a week job. But this customer reminded them, and of course they had to quickly correct that. And lastly, try. This is an image from a couple of weeks ago. We create a show for the space agency here in the UAE. The young people in the space agency, most of them are under 30, 100% Emirati, are sending a satellite to Mars in 2021. We're working with them to introduce young Emiratis to science. They don't know exactly what they want, but they asked us to try. And we're trying and listening on a weekly basis. People tell us what they want, and we're making it fun. It doesn't have to be boring. You see, imagine this image being part of your marketing, where you have a Kandora and somebody with a Star Wars helmet on. Would your marketing person say yes? I don't know. As for us, we love to try and fail, but what technology has helped us do is recover quicker. So I welcome you all to try new things. Don't be afraid of technology. Don't be afraid of trying something new. Thank you.